Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler, presented by Bancorp South. Well, the 2016-2017 basketball season well underway for the Golden Eagles. They opened up conference play just the other afternoon against the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. And, Doc, we'll take a look at the highlights of Louisiana Tech and some other things. But let's start out just talking about the season to date and your thoughts on your Golden Eagle basketball team.
Well, John, you know, here we are, like you say, we're 12, 13 games into the season, and obviously our record is disappointing, and it's disappointing to our players, it's disappointing to me. But I think more than anything, the offensive end is where our difficulties are at. And, you know, we're struggling shooting the basketball, and a lot of the effort areas with rebounding and things like that, we're still doing. We're just really having a hard time getting the ball in the basket. Going into Louisiana Tech's game, you're shooting 39% from the field and 29 from the three and 64 from the free throw line with 18 turnovers a game, then the offensive end's not going to look very pretty. I've never had a team that has gone through periods of a game that's really, really struggled the way we have. But the only thing that I know what to do is continue to work on it. And that's what we're doing. We're spending the entire practice right now, ever since we've gotten back from Hawaii, just on the offensive end. And I think if we can get some confidence on that end and get to the free throw line, get some easy baskets, do some things like that to get some swag about us, then I think we're going to improve on the offensive end.
And it's, if you watch the Golden Eagles play, you'll have stretches where you do a lot of good things offensively and shoot the ball well. But it's like you said, you get those spells where it allows the other team to kind of build a lead and kind of put you in a hole.
Well, the thing that is really causing us issues, I believe, is the game speed is so much more faster than what we're practicing against each and every day. So, that's something that we've got to get better at. That's what's causing us the turnovers. And, even though the Louisiana Tech game, I think we turned it over 15 times, we're averaging 18 a game. We've got to get that down below 10. And the only thing that I know to do is continue to practice on it and emphasize it. And once we do those things and make some shots, I think we got a chance to be a good team, just because the defensive end right now, our field goal percentage and three-point field goal percentage is really, really good. It's competitive with anybody that we're going to play against. It's just on the offensive end that we're really struggling with.
And, it's like you said, it's not anything to do with effort. I mean, this team plays probably as hard as any team you've ever had. They do everything you want them to do. They just right now struggle on the offensive end.
Well, especially when, usually when you struggle on the offensive end, your effort kind of, disappears. I've never had a team that struggled like this, and we're not able to get easy baskets now that Tim's out when we are struggling. When he was in there, you could always maybe throw it down there and get fouled, and we were getting fouled. Now, the other night against Louisiana Tech, we only go to the free throw line eight times. Well, you get, Louisiana Tech goes 28 times. All those things become an issue on the offensive end when you're struggling. We've got to figure out a way to get easy baskets, and then we also got to find out a way to get to the free throw line.
You guys, a couple of weeks ago, you're out in Hawaii playing in the prestigious Diamond Head Classic out there. You took on San Diego State, Stephen F. Austin, and the University of Hawaii. First, before we talk about the games, that was a great experience for the guys. A lot of them who may never get to do that, to be out there and get to see some of that type of stuff.
Well, when we got the opportunity to go, it's a tournament that ESPN puts on, so all three games were on TV. I really felt like, I didn't know that we were ready for it, but from where we've been the last 2 years and the kids that have been in this program, when given the opportunity to go with ESPN picking up the expenses, I didn't think it was something that I should pass on. Obviously, we went over there after a very, very disappointing game against Mississippi State, but at the same time, the three games that we played over there, I actually left a little bit encouraged because we really, really, in my opinion, played hard. And then you add the fact that for a lot of these kids, they've never had the opportunity to go to Hawaii, and they've read about it and heard about it. And then to go to the Memorial USS Arizona, spend a day out there, let them talk about Pearl Harbor, the things that's happened. Those are things that you only can dream about sometimes, but a lot of these kids got to experience it, and I thought it was a good trip in that manner.
San Diego State, Steve Fisher's ball club, always one of the better teams in the country. Stephen F. Austin, another good team. Hawaii is tough to beat out there, so 3 pretty good opponents out there.
Well, defensively, I think all 3 of them. Coach Fisher's teams have always been known for how good their defense is, and they're so much bigger. And, we got down early, and then we fought back again like we did against Louisiana Tech and like we've done in so many games, Tulane even, to where we've played well the second half, and our percentages of shooting it, got up to mid-40s to over 50. And so, that was a good deal. We got off to a good start against Stephen F. I missed some free throws and missed some wide-open shots down the stretch to maybe have beaten them. And, again, like you mentioned, Hawaii's always got a good basketball team, and, we finished off there. But we've come back and had some good practices. Just didn't get it done against Louisiana Tech.
So the 2016-2017 basketball season underway at the University of Southern Mississippi. The first conference game just the other day at Reed Green Coliseum against the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. We'll take a look at highlights of that game with Louisiana Tech. Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler back right after this.
You're watching Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler, brought to you by Bancorp South, right where you are. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. The City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, visit ups.com/solvers to find out more.
Taste the feeling.
And we're back once again, Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler, presented by Bancorp South. Sunday afternoon, New Year's Day, the Golden Eagles open up the conference season against Louisiana Tech. And Doc, Louisiana Tech, a team that was expected to be right there among the teams battling for the Conference USA Championship. They lost some guys from a year ago, but they got big Eric McCree back, who was the Player of the Year in Conference USA. So a tough assignment to open up the year against Louisiana Tech.
Well, it is, but Louisiana Tech and Eric has done a really good job over there since taking over for Mike, and they've got 2 of the better players in the league, in the Boykins kid and McCree. And McCree a year ago hit us for 55 points in 2 ball games, but again, defensively, I thought we did a pretty good job in that game. But as we talked, offensively, again, we're still struggling to score. We got off to a bad 20 minutes of the first half, then we come back and actually cut the lead from a 20-point lead to a 6-point lead. And now you're back in the basketball game. But again, once again, we struggled to get easy points. They went to the free throw line 20 more times than we did, so they were able to get there, make their free throws. We weren't able to get there to stop runs. Bottom line is, again, defensively, I thought we did a nice job, held them to 40% from the field. But the one area we didn't do a good job was the offensive rebounds. I think we gave them 13 offensive rebounds, and to hold a team to 40% and give up 13 offensive rebounds tells you that your first line defense was decent.
What were you doing to get back in the ball game? Was it simple to just making some shots?
That's the thing that's been so frustrating, John, is that it's not like these guys are being selfish and taking bad shots. It's like we're missing layups, and then we miss a wide open shot, and then we drop our head. Then we miss a free throw. We get a chance to cut an 8-point game, to a 5, and then we miss a free throw after we get an easy basket on an opportunity to maybe get a 3-pointer. So offensively, it's just a matter right now is what's holding this team back from being a decent basketball team, and I don't know the answer. The bottom line is we've continued to work on it since Sunday's game, and that's what we're going to do.
You mentioned in the first segment Cortez Edwards. We'll see him in the highlights here playing very, very well. He plays almost the entire ball game. What is he doing better now that's enabled him to get into that lineup and make contributions?
Well, again, I think more than anything, John, he's gotten in the gym and he's worked and he's gotten stronger. And with that has come his confidence. And right now, Cortez is playing with a lot of confidence. He's never really played the point guard position, and now we've asked him to move over there. His basketball IQ is really, really high. I think he's getting frustrated on missing some easy shots that he normally doesn't miss. But right now, Cortez is playing as well as anybody we've got, and we need him to continue to do that.
Got good production, too, out of your two seniors in Raheem Watts and Quentin Campbell. Those guys have played well for you both end of the court, but like everybody else, has struggled to score like you need them to.
Well, again, we've got to get up to, high 40s from the field goal percentage, because our defense is holding teams to 40, 38, 39% from the field. If we do that, don't turn the basketball over, and maybe we've got to also find a way to maybe get 4 points or 6 points on an out-of-bounds play or a steal, something like that. We've got to try to find a way to help our offense generate some positives while we continue to struggle.
Well, it was Southern Miss and the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech on Sunday afternoon, New Year's Day at Regreen Coliseum. Just the third time, by the way, the Golden Eagles ever played a New Year's Day ball game, and the first time since 1999. Southern Miss and Louisiana Tech. Let's go back to the Coliseum, take a look at the highlights.
Sportsmanship is an important tradition for Conference USA members. It means being a role model for the next generation.
Giving it everything you've got,
but respecting your competition.
Supporting your teammates no matter the situation.
Representing your school and team with grace and dignity.
In the classroom, on the court,
in the community,
and wherever life takes you.
Show your CUSA pride all day through good sportsmanship.
Another at the 20, 15, gets a block, cuts back in, touchdown. His body got a foot down for a Golden Eagle touchdown. Mike goes up. Short of slant, Trent Taylor, but he's going to be brought down for a loss.
Sophie, his 13th birthday. Gift, we've got you. Guitar, coming tomorrow. Road game today, surprise party tomorrow. Change of plans. Game tomorrow.
No, birthday tomorrow.
Hotel. Guitar, reroute.
Birthdays are on birthdays.
Party, relocate. UPS My Choice makes rerouting packages easy. How we're helping companies solve for the needs of customers like Sophie.
And we're back, Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler, presented by Bancorp South. Or throughout the course of the season, we will give you a chance to meet up close and personal some members of our Golden Eagle basketball team. Today, Doc, it is Golden Eagle guard Kevin Holland, who's in his third year with the Golden Eagles, his second to play. He sat out last year to redshirt. Talk about Kevin and his importance to the team.
Kevin Holland is one of those kids that every parent wishes that he was theirs. You know, he's a kid that, you know, I've known for a long, long time, back to the days that his dad and I worked together at UTEP. It's funny, Kevin's a lot like he was when he was in the first and second grade. We'd pick him up. My wife would pick him up from school and take him home, and she'd always laugh. She said, well, once again, Kevin never said anything. But Kevin's always going to do the right thing. You know, here he is at Southern Miss. He's in the student activity board. He's going to be involved. He's just a player that is going to make good decisions as a player and a person. And those kind of guys are hard to find nowadays. But he is a team first guy that winning is really all that really matters to him.
And he's one of those guys, you're talking about Cortez being in the gym. Kevin Holland's a guy who is going to do his schoolwork, he's going to do all that stuff, but he loves to be in the gym practicing, working on basketball.
Well, I think to the fans that have gotten a chance to watch him play this year, comparing his body to what it was when he was a freshman, it has been able to tell that obviously he has put in a lot of time in the gym and in the weight room. And, you know, it's helped. Obviously taking a year off has probably slowed Kevin down a little bit, but he's a guy that we're going to need to play good in the next 17 ball games if we're going to have any success.
A young man out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, great addition a couple of years ago to the Golden Eagle basketball program. So let's spend a few minutes and meet up close and personal Golden Eagle guard Kevin Holland.
Well, what attracted me during the recruiting process was it wasn't too far from home. I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and it's about a 2.5-hour drive. So it's just far enough and it's just close enough. So it was the perfect spot for me, and it's a college town, and I enjoy riding down Hardy Street and seeing all the signs outside the food places saying "Go Golden Eagles" and "Southern Miss to the top." I love seeing all that. So it was an easy decision for me. Well, when I got here, I think the biggest adjustment that I had to make as a player was getting stronger. I thought I was a strong player in high school because nobody really lift weights for real, but when I got here and I understood all the things that went into it to make your body ready to play, then that was a big step I had to take, and I had to accept that I was a smaller guard and I had to put some more weight on to succeed. But during my redshirt year, when I sat out, I worked a lot on getting a lot stronger and putting on a little bit more weight. But also, I didn't have a good shooting season my freshman year, and coming out of high school, I was a shooter, and I wasn't getting that kind of respect anymore. So I thought I should put in the time to get my shot back to where it used to be and get the confidence that I needed. And I wanted to be on the level as Michael Ramey, who's the shooting guard on the team. He's supposed to be the best three-point shooter on the team, and I wanted to work to be just like him. When somebody comes around and you see that they can shoot better than you, it challenges you as a player and as a teammate, and all the knowledge just makes the whole team better if you're competing against your teammates. Well, some of the things that I learned from my dad about playing the game of basketball is you have to play hard and you have to have confidence. He always had me in the gym, he always had me working, but no matter what you do, you have to play with confidence or you're not going to succeed. And then you have to exceed the other person's energy and always play hard. And when you play hard, good things are going to happen. But the other sports I played when I was growing up, I played baseball and football. I played baseball for several years, and my favorite player was Ken Griffey Jr., so I tried to resemble him, and then I only stopped playing baseball because my older brother stopped playing baseball. So I stopped kind of early, and I played one season of football and won a championship in Little League, so I figured I'd end it while I was ahead. So with my dad being a coach and just always being around basketball more, that was kind of an easy choice just to end up playing basketball. Well, trying to be a leader on this team is mostly just stepping out and trying to be the first in drills, trying to do everything that Coach Sadler asked us to do, and just leading by example. Sometimes you have to speak up and express things in words, but players that see other players do the right things are going to follow. What I'm studying here at Southern Miss is sports management. I'm almost done. I have about 2 more semesters and I can graduate early, but after basketball, I want to go into coaching. I think that's an easy area to go into with my dad being a coach, and just the conversations we have over the phone and understanding of the game. I feel like I can be a successful basketball coach too. The kind of coach I'll be with, kind of calm-tempered, don't put up with much. Just allow my players to know what I want them to do and expect them to do it. So that's part of being mature, and maturity helps you a lot in basketball. Well, to put that black and gold uniform on, it's pride. It's seeing the Southern Miss on the front of the jersey, and you know you're representing a school and you're representing your family with your name on the back. So it's a lot that goes into it. It's probably hard for me to put it into words, but I enjoy doing it.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling. Another at the 20, 15, gets a block, cuts back in, touchdown. His body got a foot down for a Golden Eagle touchdown. Mike goes up. Short of slant, Trent Taylor, but he's going to be brought down for a loss.
And we're back, Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Doc Sadler, presented by Bancorp South. Well, the Golden Eagles opened up the conference season last Sunday against Louisiana Tech. 2 conference games this week, both at Reed Green Coliseum. Thursday night against the Roadrunners of UTSA, and then Saturday afternoon against the Miners of UTEP. And Doc, talk first about UTSA. I know you told me after the game on the radio, at the time, you had not even really taken a look at the UTSA ball club. They're under new leadership, a new coach there, lots of new players. But it's a conference game, so it's going to be tough.
Well, Steve Henson's the new coach, and what a great player he was at Kansas State, and was in a part of a program at Oklahoma where they've had a lot of success the last few years. And you can tell he's trying to put his stamp on his team, and that is like himself, a very tough player that's going to get after you. Offensively, like ourselves, they've struggled at times. But the thing about Steve's team that has stood out up until this point is how hard they're playing. And if you watch them, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a team that is going to be difficult to score on. At the same time, they're going to take advantage of opportunities when they get them on the offensive end. It's going to be a ball game, again, that the team that comes with the energy and effort so many times like our games are going to be this year is going to have the best chance to maybe get a win.
Saturday afternoon, Tim Floyd will bring UTEP in here, and UTEP has struggled a bit like the Golden Eagles this year. They've not gotten off to quite the start that I know they're used to.
Well, again, college basketball is really in a point right now when mid-majors, can have one or two players make decisions that's really not the best decisions they can make, and they go on to other programs and they don't do well, and then they leave your program in a difficult situation. That's kind of what Coach Floyd's ran up against. I mean, he's had some injuries and he's had some players that he was depending on leave, and he's trying to piece this thing back together, and he's coming in here needing to win just like we are. And his teams, as you well know, are going to play, more excited about coming back to Hattiesburg because of Tim. And so we're going to have our work cut out for us on Saturday also.
This is it's a big couple of games for the Golden Eagles, but two big games this week for both UTSA and UTEP. All three of these teams need to get some wins.
No question about it. Being at home is probably magnified a little bit more important for us. So we need people to come out. I've told people, the kids that are in this program came to this program when there was no opportunities for them to do a lot of things, and they stuck with it. And I would hope, even though we're not playing real well, I would hope that the people would appreciate the kids that did come, stuck it out, and come out and support them.
All right, Doc, thanks for the visit, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks, John.
All right, Golden Eagles Thursday night at home against the Roadrunners of UTSA, Saturday afternoon at home against the Miners of UTEP. Don't forget, Monday night we are at Georgia Blue for the Golden Eagle Hotline with Coach Doc Sadler. Come on by and visit with us and talk a little Golden Eagle basketball. That'll do it. Have a great week, everybody. See you next time with another inside look into Golden Eagle basketball.